in that swing and that groove once you're back doing it again?
Yeah, you like to think that, through practice and through your mental reps, you can go out there and function. And but there is an element of getting back into the rhythm, being a starter, and throughout the week, and uh, feeling more comfortable. And I think as an offense, we're feeling more comfortable. We're doing things well, and we're executing.
Will you be more vocal as you've been getting more starts this year?
I wouldn't say I've changed anything like that. When you run the twos, and you're vocal with them, and when you're in there with the ones, a lot of those guys were twos with me, and so there's a comfort factor. Been around them for a long time.
What about with Brandin and CD, guys you don't get a lot of snaps with all the time? Are you more vocal with them, or they kind of expect you to be?
Yeah, both of them are great at communicating. What they see, what I see on different routes or looks, and both obviously very successful veterans that you can rely on. That constant communication and them being open and easy to talk to is huge.
Coach McCarthy and Schottenheimer were talking about the third down play to Cooks and all the extra time that the conversations that you guys had lead into that, and knowing that it will be coming up. What are those like? And then when it pays off and you make the completion and clinch the game, what's the satisfaction you get out of something like that?
Yeah, Brandon always says something every week in walkthroughs and stuff, and you make a mistake or there's questions. He always says, "This is why we do it, and that's why you're here all week. That's why you're working." So yeah, we ran a couple times in practice, and he hit me with one move one day I wasn't ready for really, and we talked about timing, and that's just being pros, and that guy's done it everywhere he's been, and you see why he's still around doing it at a high level. And that's just a big-time catch, big-time receiver catch, kind of put it out there, and he gets two hands on it, he's catching it.
How often do you go into, a game knowing if there's a critical third down, this is what McCarthy's going to call, and this is where you're going? Yeah,
you have the ones you love and the ones you rep the most, and kind of that's what you start back in April and May, doing OTAs. Coach does a great job of, kind of installing everything and knowing what we like and what we want in key situations.
Any comfort knowing the history you have against this team, that quarterback, you beat them before?
I wish it led to success, but the past is the past, and they're a really good offense, so we're gonna have to put up points. No one's really playing the QB position better than Joe right now.
Can you speak to the job that Brock Hoffman's done at right guard this past couple of weeks stepping in?
Yeah, he's the ultimate communicator. He's running the show up there. He's one of the smartest football players I've ever been around, and especially as a young guy, how he kind of carries himself and leads that group. It's been big, and the way Rico's running, those guys are starting to gel.
How much do you like the feistiness in Brock?
Yeah, he brings the attitude. It's who he is. He brings that edge to him. He's out there. He's going to fight, and that's kind of what that room always needs. At O-line, you always have guys wanting to fight, and that's what that group's doing right now.
What did you notice about Chuma when he got in the huddle? Hadn't really played all season, and then gets in there last Thursday and kind of held his.
Yeah, he came out fighting first play. I think he got us a penalty, but he was ready to go, ready to scrap. It was awesome. Again, Chuma's a veteran. It's done it for a while. Great having him back there in the huddle.
This is the first time we've obviously talked to you since the news yesterday with Zach with the season-ending surgery, and you guys have been teammates for a long time. So can you speak to what he means beyond the field and what he means in the room and has meant?
Yeah, it's always tough. The guys battled through everything, and so finally just have to say I got to do the surgery. He's tough as they come. He's been battling all year, and but he'll still be around. He's still in the room, things like that. So we'll see him around, and he still has a presence here.
And you guys won a couple of games while he was out. How does that help the confidence on that front now that the news has come that he won't be back?
The guys are ready to play. Luckily for a lot of those guys filling in for him, they got to watch him do it. You get to watch one of the best to ever do it. You learn some stuff. You pick up stuff. That's invaluable things.
You said that no one's playing the quarterback position better than Joe, and I realize you don't go against each other, but when they're rolling the way they're rolling, do you go in thinking, okay, you're going to have to put up some points here in this game with how well that they're playing?
Yeah, you see what they're doing every week. They're putting points up. So every week you go in knowing you got to score, and this week we want to score touchdowns and not field goals.
Cincinnati's defense hasn't been as great this year, but Trey Hendrickson still leads the league in sacks. What have you seen this week that he just does really well coming off the edge?
Yeah, he's got his variety of moves, plays with tons of effort. he's got 11 or 12 sacks where he has for a reason. And he's been doing it for a long time too. Nothing's slowing him down. He can really bend the edge. He can flatten it, and he's got power. He can do it all.
Thank you.
All right, thanks guys. Yep.